This is the Delsey Paris Helium Edge. Travel cases or other suitcases. Scratch resistant, multiple pockets. Hopefully it's got a lot of pockets. Removable and washable lining, that is neat. And shock absorbing wheels, I guess if you stuff it full of laptops. It's got a handle on the side, and we've got the specs here for the bigger one, and that is for the smaller one. There is the UPC if you want to check it out. When you open it up, this is what you're presented with. You have a handle right here, and here are instructions. You can't quite read them with the light going on here, but there's instructions on how to set the lock, and the lock in right here. You stab in. This doesn't have the holes that some of them do, where you clip together right here and the whole thing will move one way or the other, but still together. It comes with nothing else in the box whatsoever, except for some paper scraps. This was a little weird to figure out until I actually read the directions, which I tend to skip. It says that it's automatically set to 000 and slide the button to open. Now in here, it doesn't look like there's any buttons. Maybe they press in. This presses in a little bit. There's no real buttons. Turns out this lock slides. There we go, that pops open. And then in there it'll tell you how to set it, but it doesn't specify that this is a button, and I don't really care for that. So 1 point off for that. With the handle on the top, and you've got this other sliding handle right here. There are 3 settings for it. One is the top, and you press down here. That is a good place to have the button. Some of them will have it under here, and while you're walking, it will detach and you'll go up and down. You could fall over if you're really not paying attention or you're in a hurry. Having it on the top is really nice. So there's 3 spots down all the way, which is flush, about half, and all the way. That is 3. The handle on the side there. One, I always found this to be just the weirdest thing. You get everything in there and you got to close this too, and that gives you like, I don't know, an extra ½ inch or centimeter of room. I don't understand why that exists. The wheels are extremely smooth, but only time will tell if they will stay that way, if you need to spray any sort of lubrication in them or not. And it looks like they're plastic on plastic, but I really can't tell. And they're very quiet. It is a little bit rubbery, so that will last you for quite a while. Not on so much rough surfaces, but on smooth surface, yeah. It's on its side and unzipped. Unzipping's pretty easy, pretty smooth, just like any zipper unless you get hair in it. The back goes to right there, so it doesn't go all the way, the zipper, so this thing doesn't come all the way off, which is something you probably would not want. The logo right there on the top, a bit useless, but whatever. This has a little bit of give to them, like a lot of them tend to these days, and that is good, so it won't break. Hopefully it won't break if it's dropped. Let's open this thing up. And we've got the second one right here. It's just gonna mimic the first. This is what I was talking about earlier, where you have the lock right here. So the whole thing will slide one way or the other, but you've got to lock them right here. See if we can focus. There we go. Slide a little lock in there. Those are not the best locks, but somebody is not going to be fiddling with that in an airport. They'll probably try to steal luggage before they'll try to break the lock in there, honestly. Without having the combination, this is just a miniature version of the larger one. 3 spots. The storage here, a second pocket in the same compartment right here that you can slide some into. That goes about halfway. So this is about 1/3 of the total length here. And this stuff to put socks or whatever stuff isn't really going to matter if it slides around, but right here is where it unzips and goes all the way around and comes back to here, and that is the washable part. There is a bit of a lip in here that does not come off, so that can't detach, but the interior does. Moving on to the other side, this is nice for small brushes or toothpaste, toothbrushes. Just small little stuff. A couple more compartments. These ones do strap down and they unbutton. There are 4 snaps right here on kind of the corners, top and bottom. And also right here, they slide in and out. So if you have a bunch of toiletries or whatever you want inside one or both of these, you can actually, if you're in a hotel, take these out and take them into the restroom with you. Unhinge the whole thing, take it, do what you need to do, bring it back and snap it back in. That is pretty nice. This side does not have a cover. I would say unnecessary. It's not really needed because this other side does have one. Now here's the smaller one, and it's got pretty much the same setup, just miniature. You can unzip it right here, go all the way around with this one, and then pull this out and wash it. You've got 3 compartments on this. This top one here, it goes all the way down, and as the inside of it, another one of these. Like I said, it's just a miniature of the bigger one. And 4, well, I guess smaller socks or less of them. Pretty much identical. Now this doesn't have those pouches that you can pull out. It doesn't have 1 or 2, it's got in fact 0. And right here you can actually feel the rails for the handle, which is hidden away right there. There we go. I'd recommend not putting anything breakable in here. In this little one, if you're gonna put anything breakable, do it in the bigger one. This one more so for clothes, I would imagine. But I mean, you're the one doing the traveling. It's really up to you what you want to do with your own stuff. I'm going to give 9 out of 10 travel vouchers for these. I like just about everything with them. The only thing I really don't like is the odd instructions here. It's really fiddly. get it in there, and see, you can't really see the arrow if you're not used to this brand and you've never done one exactly like this before. It operates just fine, but the instructions aren't very clear that that is in fact a button. Oh, and there we go. It's got a little picture of doing just that, but like I said before, I tend not to read about everything. I just ramble. But if you've ever used these, let me know. Where do you like to travel? Let me know.